Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a 2009 versus a 2021 makeup tutorial. I sucked back then at doing makeup. Back then I used to go on YouTube. I used to learn how to do tricks, tips, do's, and don'ts to succeed in the makeup game. If you are new to my channel, make sure you guys join the family by hitting that subscribe button, that notification bell, so you know each and every time that I upload a new video. And for all my reoccurrence, welcome back. Okay, so let's jump right into this video. Back then, my eyebrows was like, I don't know. But I'm going to insert a picture right here so you can actually take a look at how my eyebrows used to look back then. I'm telling you, I don't know what I was thinking, but it was like a little trend that was going on back then where everybody used to draw their eyebrows on skinny. So that was just a look back then. But this is going to be my side from 2021, and this side is going to be the side for 2009. Okay, so first things first. I am a brows before foundation kind of girl, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I've always been that type of way. I like to explore sometimes and do my foundation before my brows and my eyes. But today I'm going to be doing my brows before foundation. Okay, so I'm going to prep these eyebrows. I don't know. My eyebrows been going through the most lately. We just going to leave them how they is until I can get these eyebrows under control. For my 2021 side, I'm gonna go in with the brown pencil liner and I'm just gonna start filling my brows in, and at the front I'm just gonna sweep it up just a little, and then I'm gonna take my spoolie and I'm just gonna start blending that in. I'm gonna actually go in with my pomade. I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Grand Night. This is what it looks like, and what I like to do is I like to use this for the end of the brows. And I like to keep the shape that I actually have. I don't want to change anything about that shape. And I just fill it in just a little bit. Okay, so my next step for my 2021, I like to conceal under my brows. A lot of people don't do it nowadays. Hey, each his own. I like what I like, and I do what's actually comfortable for me. I like a clean brow. I like it to be clean and snatched. So that's why I still do it. But I'm going to go ahead and take my concealer brush, and I'm going to take my Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer, and this is going to be in Chestnut. I'm just going to take just a little bit of that product, and I'm just going to clean it up just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. And I'm going to go underneath and start cleaning that brow up. And then I'm going to do that for the top of the brow as well. And I'll go over here. I don't like this harsh mark that's on top of the brow, so I'm just gonna fade that and work that product in, as well as this side. Okay, so that's how I do my brows for my 2021. On my 2009 side, I take a black pencil liner. This is gonna be kind of weird because how I did it, I can't even tell you how I did it because I don't remember how I did it, but it was just a line. So I actually went in and I just started filling it in. I filled it all in with black, just like that. And not only that, you guys let me know which side you actually like. If I should stick to my old side or do my new side. Which the brows is one thing I'm not gonna stick to. So I used to go like this, and I used to put a line here. And then I used to take the spoolie and I used to do it just like this and bring it to the top. Just like that. So that's how I did my brows back then versus now. Then I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is going to be in Fawn. Back then, I used to take this and I would go in with it and line that up. And I used to do it for the top as well. And I'm actually going to go in a little bit with it because my eyebrows used to be so skinny. They wasn't thick how my other side is. So I'm not going to cut my eyebrow for this. I'm going to just use the concealer. So then I used to take my concealer brush. I would go up like this, and I used to blend it in, go down like this with my brush, and then I used to go underneath. Oh wow, that is a big difference from then into now. So then what I used to do is back then I used to take black eyeshadow to actually pat that on top of it. So I'm gonna go inside of the James Charles palette. I'm gonna be taking this black shade here and start putting that product on the brow. I used to tap it on there. So my next step from then to now, I used to prep my eyes with some concealer before I started doing any eyeshadows. So on this side, I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro Concealer. And on this side, I'm going to be using my Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer in Chestnut. And start putting it on the lid just a little bit. And start blending that product in. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some translucent powder and set that concealer that I just laid down. And I'll put a little bit there just to set it. And then for this side, what I would do is take my LA Girl Pro Concealer. I used to take a whole lot of concealer and I used to put this all over my eyelid. This was the thing for me because I feel like it made everything look so pretty. Then I used to do the same thing. I used to take the Beauty Blender and I would go ahead and start pressing that in. Back then, I did not have Laura Mercier translucent powder. I had a drugstore brand powder. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Laura Mercier translucent powder and set that side of the eye. So now I have both sides done. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with eyeshadows. I'm going on this side with the Morphe 35S palette, and I'm going on this side with the 3502 palette by Morphe. 2021 side first. And the color that I'm actually gonna use, I'm gonna use Sandbar. Sandbar is this shade right here. The next shade that I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is called Shady Spot. And I'm gonna be using that for my outer crease and place it at the outer corner. Take a little bit more. I wanna keep it a little soft. I can't say that my 2021 is all soft colors because they're not. Me in 2021, I like to experiment with all different kind of colors. I don't want to just stick to one shade range because I like to have fun when doing makeup. It's not, you know, oh, I'm going to stick to one, or I'm going to stick to natural because that is the kind of person that I am in 2021. No, I want to experiment. I want to explore with all kind of shade ranges of eyeshadows. But today I'm gonna keep it a little natural because how my 2009 look was, it wasn't color, it wasn't any of that. So that's why we're gonna stick to that natural side. So my 2009 side, I'm going in with the Morphe palette. I'm gonna be going, matter of fact, I don't even remember what shade this is, but this is the shade that I'm gonna use for my 2009 side. I'm gonna take a little of that color and start putting it all over my eyelid because that's what I did back then. What I did back then, I actually tried to keep my makeup as simple as possible. So that's the reason why I didn't go in with any colors and I just only stuck to one shadow. Back then, I just felt like it was snatched, but we know that it wasn't snatched. I don't know what I was thinking or what was going on, but yeah. So for that side, basically that's all I would do back then. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start color correcting. On my 2021 side, I automatically color correct with LA Girl Pro Concealer in Radish. That's what I use as of right now. You gotta stick with what makes you happy. You gotta stick to products that you like for you. You don't have to go out there and buy high-end brands just to make your, you know what? We're gonna scratch that. I'm really putting my foot in my own mouth. Because back then I used drugstore brands and the pigment of the palettes, I could not get them to show up for nothing in the world. But I used to go to the hair store. I would get like the little mini palettes or either the single eyeshadows and use those. But when I was trying to get the color to actually show up on my skin, it would not show up. That's what made me go into higher end brand. But I'm gonna take a little of this. I'm gonna apply this here. I'm gonna apply it under here. I'm gonna apply it here to where my blemishes are, what I'm trying to get rid of. Sometimes I put it on my forehead. And then I'm gonna start blending that out. I'm pretty sure you guys probably wondering, you didn't actually see me priming everything. I actually did it before I actually went on camera because I knew that this video is gonna be so long and I didn't wanna make it longer than what I know it's gonna be. And then I'm going for the forehead and I'm trying to stay on my 2021 side. And yeah, so then what I like to do next is I like to take my Mercier translucent powder and I like to set that concealer in place. So right now I'm going to be taking my Nars Creamy Concealer, and this is going to be in Walnut. And I'm going to start color correcting with this shade. I went underneath my eye. And not only did I go under my eye, I used to dab the blemishes. Any blemishes that I saw, this is what I used to do. So if I seen a blemish, I'm tapping it. I did not go in with a brush. I always went in with a beauty blender. Just like that. And for forehead as well. And mouth. I mean, I used to think back then and I used to do my makeup so pretty. But then looking at the pictures from then to now, I screwed up. Back then, this is how I would do my concealing. I would not use powder. I would not use anything to actually set that in place. So I'm just gonna leave that just like that. So my next step is I go into foundation. I'm gonna be using my Il Makiage today because my skin color actually changed overnight. Why, I don't know. But I'm gonna take a little of that and put this on this side. And start blending that in. And on this side, on my 2021 side, I go down my neck. Half of my nose. And my forehead. Okay, and then I'll just go ahead and touch a lot of that up. A lot of times y'all don't even see me do this on camera, but I do. Okay, and then for my other side, I'm gonna be using the same foundation on the other side as well. And I'll just put that product on. And I do not go down my neck. Back then for me, there was no blending. I put it on and then that was it. That's just what I did. So now I'm gonna be doing a little concealing. I'm gonna be using my Nars and Walnut on my 2021 side. And I'm just gonna put a little of that underneath. I'm gonna put a little here. I'm gonna put some in the corner here and a little here down the center of my nose and my forehead. And I'm gonna do it for my chin as well. So now my next step is, after applying my concealer, I let it dry down just a little bit, and then I'll go in with my beauty sponge, and then I start to blend that product out. This is actually fun. I don't know why I haven't did this sooner. And I do it for underneath as well, and my forehead. And then for this side, I like to take my foundation brush and just go back and soften that product up. And then what I like to do on my 2021 side, I like to take my banana powder by Revolution and set that product in place and press that product in. And then I'm gonna take my Mercier translucent powder to set the rest of my face. Okay, so for my 2009 side, I did a little concealing. I didn't do too much. I used to go in with my LA Girl Pro concealer, and I would go here and I would do it just like this. I did not conceal my lip. I didn't do any of that. It was just underneath my eyes. I didn't do down the bridge of my nose, and I did not do my chin. I only concealed underneath my eyes. That was the only thing I did. So I'm gonna take my beauty blender that I did for the other side, and I'm gonna just blend that product in. And for this side, I do not wait to let it dry down. I don't do any of that. I just go straight in and I started to blend it out. I didn't do no nose contouring back then. So I'm not gonna even go ahead and do that with this because that's not something that I did back then. And I would leave it just like this. I wouldn't set it with powder. I wouldn't do any of that. So yeah, I didn't do any of that. I didn't do no setting or anything. So my next step, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little contouring. I'm gonna go on this side with my Fenty Beauty in Espresso, and I'm going to be taking a little rounded brush and place it at the cheeks. And sometimes if I'm not doing this, I'll actually just put it there and then just start blending it while it's on my face. And then I'll go on the forehead, and then I'll take it up a little bit. And then I like to go underneath my chin. And then I'll just blend that out. And then what I like to do for my 2021 side, I like to do my nose. So I'm gonna go back in with that Fenty Beauty, and I'm gonna just go ahead and a little contouring on the nose. I'll bring it up and then I'll brush it into my eyebrows. And then for my 2021 side, I'll go ahead in with a beauty blender, and then I'll start softening it up just a little bit. And do it for here as well. And now for my 2009 side, I really too much didn't do too much. I only did a little contouring here. I did not go anywhere else but on the sides. And that's what I used to do, just like that. I like to take a little of that Mercier translucent powder and set everywhere else with my powder. And I'll take it here and work that down. So now for the eyes, I'm going to go back in with my 35S palette on the 2021 side. I'm going to take my 35S palette and I'm going to go back into that. And I'm going to use Sandbar, and I'm going to use Shady Spots, and I'm going to do a little eyeshadow underneath the eyes, the bottom of the lash line. Then I'll take my other brush, go back into Sandbar, and just blend it out just a little. And that's it. That's what I do for my 2021 side. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyelashes. I'm gonna go in with my Real Magnet, by Benefit. And I'm gonna go ahead in and start prepping this side for my lashes. If you wanna know about this product or any other products that I'm using today, you can actually check out my makeup haul. I'm gonna pin it on one of these sides for you to go ahead and check it out. And my next step is I'm gonna apply my lashes. So I have two sets of lashes that I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna be using my Poppy Ivory. And I actually don't have the boxes for these, but these are I Envy, and they're actually these little small eyelashes. Okay, so I'm gonna start applying the 2021 lash. Please don't ask me why I didn't do tweezers. I never apply my lashes with tweezers. Oh gosh, this is the shortest freaking eyelash. So my next step, I am going to be doing blush. This side I'm gonna do blush because this side I never went in with blush. So I'm gonna go in with my Lancome and a Plum Affair. And I'm gonna take my blush brush and start applying that blush. So my next step, I'm gonna go in with highlighter. I'm gonna be taking my Artist Couture in Illuminati and start putting that. And I'm going to do a little highlighting on the chin, here. I'm going to be using my Black Kiss liquid liner, and I'm going to put that in the inner eyes. Back then, I didn't do a lot of pencil lining. I didn't line my lips. I didn't do any of that. I just went on ahead and I just popped whatever lipstick, lip gloss that I was wearing at the time. I'm going to take my brown pencil liner by Kiss, and I'm going to go ahead and start lining this side of my lips. And then I fill it in. And next, I'll take my Morphe Virgin, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that lipstick to my lips. And then what I like to do for this side, I like to add gloss or leave it matte. But for my 2009 side, only thing I did back then was put lip gloss. So what I like to do next is I use setting spray. I like to set everything in place and set all over my face. I wouldn't even touch that. That would just stay exactly how it is. For my 2021 side, I'll go ahead and start setting that in place. That is actually it. That is actually it for my 2009 versus my 2021 side. So this is what my 2021 side looks like. And this is what my 2009 side looks like. Do you guys like my 2009 side or my 2021 side? I would love to hear your honest opinion about this look. My 2009 look looks more nicer, I'm not gonna lie, with this look. But then versus this side, this is my grown woman, you know what I'm saying? I cook and I do clean.
I don't cook, I don't clean.
Kind of side right here. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys actually enjoyed this just as much as I did, because I actually really enjoyed this. It actually take me back. 2009 was the good old days. You couldn't tell me nothing back then. Not makeup wise, life wise, with my kids, my babies, my family. It was a good time for me. But if you are new here, make sure you guys please do not forget to subscribe. There's a lot of people that's on my channel that's still not subscribed. I see you watching my videos. I know that you're watching my videos, but you're not subscribed. You might as well just go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and join the family. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave another video posted right here so you can just go ahead and click it. But until next time, holla!